Ames here for Boxing News TV and Boxing Social in association with Betfred, and I'm joined by Lerrone Richards. Lerrone, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good, my friend. Yourself?
Yeah, not too bad actually. Lerrone, I want to pick up with your last performance, your last outing, a very impressive performance, beating Carolis and capturing the European title. How do you assess your performance coming out of the fight now?
You know, I thought my performance was good. After watching it back, I see there's a lot to improve on. It's a lot for me to learn. But it was a good base sort of benchmark, you know, to see to show everyone exactly where I'm going and how much I've improved.
How happy were you? I mean, you said you had a lot to improve on. What have you got to improve on, and how happy was Dave Colwell with your performance?
Dave was very happy with my performance. You know, we're making the right steps and you're making it at the right time. You know, in terms of my career, winning the British, the Commonwealth, and winning the European title. Now I sort of breezed through those levels. So. Obviously, to step up to the next level, you need to improve. You know, there's more things you need to tighten up on. But overall, we was all happy. The team was happy with the performance.
The one criticism that I know you're aware of is the apparent or alleged lack of punching power. But the people that I've spoke to who have boxed you say that you have a different type of punch power. It's like more snappy, more kind of like buzzing you. Is that something you understand and want to improve on, or do you think your power is, in a sense, underrated?
My power is definitely underrated. You know, I'm not going to stand here and tell you that I've got power like Deontay Wilder, but I do have serious power, and that's the reason why people tend to cover up after a few rounds, because they don't want to get hit. But listen, it's all about the skills at the end of the day, and I'd rather have all the skills in the world than just power.
You won the bout out at European level. What's the next steps? Do you look to establish yourself at European level, have a few defences, or do you want to look at world level?
Well, I want to take one step at a time. I would like to fight at fringe world level first, you know, because there's a lot of levels that you have to go through to get to the world level. And one thing I don't want to do is skip levels. So maybe fringe the world level first, stick around that a few fights, and then we'll look towards a world title.
You've got your fight identity. You've got the black and yellow, the bumblebee, which comes from the quote from Muhammad Ali. You've got your certain fight style. My question is to you, like, you've really kind of come out of your shell a bit from moving to Eddie Hearn. Is that something you've been specifically looking to work on? You come out with hot cross buns. You're looking like you're now kind of getting a warm embrace from the fans, I suppose, because the personality is coming out.
Well, I've always been this kind of guy, do you know what I mean? But no one's seen it because the cameras ain't been in my face. You know, you got, you know, my close friends and my teammates that's seen what type of person I am, and I'm just being myself now. I'm just enjoying life and being myself, and I'm happy that everyone's starting to enjoy Lerrone Richards.
You've got now, as you keep moving up the levels, you've got a target on your back. A lot of fighters want to fight you. I know one of them specifically wants to fight you, that being Lennox Clark. Is that someone who's in your contention right now?
Listen, I'll fight anyone if the time's right. How you doing, mate? I'll fight anyone if it makes sense. You know, Lennox Clark does speak, you know, my name quite often. Obviously, he's got a target on his back as well, being British and Commonwealth champion, and you know, everyone that calls him out, he's saying, look, he's looking above, and that he wants to fight guys above him. But why can't I have that same mentality?
I want to take things to the wider boxing scene. I want to first get your thoughts on Jake Paul has signed a deal. He's moved from Triller now. He's signing with ESPN Showtime, a legitimate boxing platform. Does it surprise you to see a platform like that taking on, you know, a YouTuber who's not a proper boxer, and essentially, in a way, really taking the spotlight from boxers and onto these YouTube boxing?
It's funny, really, because Jake Paul can box. I'm not going to say he's a world-class fighter, but you know, he can box. He's got a lot of technique, and you know, he brings a lot of attention to the sport of boxing. So I'm not opposed to it. Listen, he's doing his own thing. He's staying in his lane. I'm staying in. Other boxers should stay in theirs, and just, you know, appreciate that there's more eyes on the sport.
I don't know if you saw the clip. I spoke to him and asked him, what level do you see yourself at? Domestic, international, world-class, elite? He told me he was an elite level fighter. Okay. From your perspective, what level do you think Jake Paul or YouTube boxers are at?
Do you know what? I'm not going to say, listen, whatever he believes, you know what I mean? And good luck to him.
You said you don't want to stay in your own lane, but is that a fight you would entertain, like crossing over into the YouTube world?
Well,
if it presented itself.
Yeah, like if it makes sense. You know, boxing's it's a business now, and I've learned that, and you've got to make the right steps at the right time. And you know, if it made sense for me to do that, then I would. If not, I just keep doing me and progress towards what I want to do, which is be a world champion.
You mentioned earlier about you not having Deontay Wilder power. Deontay Wilder is someone I want to touch on with you. It looks like we're not getting the undisputed clash at heavyweight between Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua. Looks like we're getting Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder 3. What's your thoughts on the successful arbitration and the third fight?
It's a good fight. You know, I would always want to see Fury and Wilder fight, and if it is actually confirmed, I'd like to fly out there to watch it. I was out there for their last fight because I was out there training with Ismail Salas, and I was with Joe Joyce at the time, and it was an exciting fight. So if that fight does happen, then I'll be more for it. Obviously, everyone wanted to see Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury, but as long as they both do what they have to do in the ring, that fight will happen, and it will happen in front of a huge crowd, a huge audience.
So you saw it firsthand, the second fight. Do you think that, because the first fight, a lot of people, Tyson Fury fought him one way, and a lot of people saw that he won the fight. Tyson Fury fought him a second way, he won conclusively. Do you think Deontay Wilder, he's training up with Malik Scott now, do you think he can add any strings to his bow and kind of offset Tyson Fury, or do you think it will go the same way?
I think it might go the same way, if I'm honest. You know, the thing about boxing, Deontay Wilder would have learned a lot of stuff from Malik Scott, and Malik Scott is a good coach. He knows his stuff. But you know, when things start getting heated in that ring, you revert back to type. And if he does revert back to type, then Tyson Fury will take him apart.
You said about wanting to go stateside and watch that fight. How about going stateside for a fight yourself? A lot of fighters over there in America in the super middleweight division who would be a tasty fight to see you in with. Is there anyone you have your eye on particularly?
Do you know what? My dream's always to be fighting in the US. You know, I feel like they would appreciate my style a lot. And if that opportunity does come, then I would obviously take it. It's something that I would like in the near future, of course.
Finally, Lerrone, look, you did Hot Cross Buns last time and it went viral. I need something different. I need a remix, anything different. Hit me with it.
Mate, you put me on the spot, yeah? I can give you a little bit of Hot Cross Buns, but...
Go on, differently.
Hot cross buns, 1 a penny, 2 a penny, hot cross buns.
Lerrone Richards, thank you for speaking to Boxing News and Boxing Social. Thank you so much.